By many accounts, one of the most underrated home venues in all of the NFL resides in the heart of Nashville, Tennessee, and that's where we find ourselves at Nissan Stadium. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. And the Titans going to signal for a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. And they'll send the slot in motion left. On the ground with Bigsby to start the drive. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. You talk about this Titan defense. They were excellent a week ago in that victory over the Colts.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And that's a play to applaud because these RPOs, things happen so quickly. And that ball's out of the quarterback's hands fast. He read it and reacted and was there to hit him as the ball arrived at the receiver. Big-time read, big-time play.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. To throw, Mayfield. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
I don't care how many times we say it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Here's Mayfield. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Max Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Clark Phillips has got it. He may go. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, these two teams barely off the buses, and this defense already has a sack and now the interception and the pick six to take the lead.
Partner, you have to think that this was part of their game plan coming in because they wanted to embrace an aggressive mindset and attack on defense. They were trying to force that quick miscue, and I would say their plan worked to perfection.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. On the return, here's Rashid Shaheed. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. But it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. And that often runs you into a penalty.
Mayfield on first down. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the two tight ends, they block well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
Forced out to his left. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Bubba Bolden who picks it. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we?
No.
Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start on the ground, ETN. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visiting Titans who were victorious in that one. So now they'll look for the sweep here back home in Nashville. Now we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Fields. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 26-yard line. ETN up the middle. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. Here's 2nd and 3. To throw is Fields. And it's caught. And it's a Titans touchdown. Malik Neighbors, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they are back down to 500 following the loss last week. Consistency has been a real issue for them so far.
Brandon, you almost don't know what team is going to show up every week. I mean, there's no consistency with this ball club at all, and if we feel that way, I know it frustrates the coaching staff, and it also has to frustrate the key leaders in the locker room. They got to figure out how to get coordinated.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Play fake. Mayfield. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up third. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Branch. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him to the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 41. So that now 2 consecutive drives that have ended in interceptions. You wonder if he's trying to do a little too much out there.
Oh, I like where you're going with that maybe he's pressing it a little bit, trying to be too fine with his throws, or maybe overestimating his arm. It could be a combination of all of those things. In any event, he's got to get it figured out and in a hurry.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. Now ETN to start the drive. And it's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the 2nd level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. I always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Fields changing the play. Not liking the look. They'll change the play. Escaping the pressure right. And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on third. Out of the gun, Fields. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Texans are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. So really the first speed bump that this offense has encountered, they'd had the rule of the roost here in this first half, but now slowed up just a bit by the interception.
And there's a chance that that's a wake-up call for them, because you don't want to go on autopilot too early. That team on defense is capable of making some plays similar to the one they made right there.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Mayfield on play action. This one taken in by Stover. And he's got this down to the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. Adafe Owe there on the tackle.
That felt like a trap, because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
From the 34-yard line, here's a 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Bigsby. And he'll get a little over 2, maybe a full 3 down to the 32-yard line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Mayfield now. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll set up a screen for Bigsby. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. From the gun, Bigsby. And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You've got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Fields now to throw. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. What do they have for this? 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
For the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So they keep the ball, but work to do on 2nd and long. Here's Fields. Under pressure, they got him again. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the 1st half. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Fields going to change things up here. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it winds up incomplete.
4th down, Corliss Waitman now on to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. Just 21 yards on the punt there. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. 1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Mayfield. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this 1st half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Ready for the second half. 14-3 our score as we are back underway on EA Sports. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation and pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Another tote for Etienne. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down throw, Fields. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory as they've got it to the 28-yard line. Up the middle they go. Griffin. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Fields. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Malik Neighbors, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Titans take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Throwing, Mayfield. It's It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
I call it no gain there on the first down play.
That's a nice job defensively to make sure everyone was accounted for, because ordinarily you pick up the guys downfield and sometimes you forget about the running back. In this case, they did not and dropped him for no gain.
Mayfield. He'll let this go deep for Collins. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. So still no touchdowns allowed by this defense. They get the interception there. CD, they have been rock solid.
And at this point, I think they have to expect that they're going to see some shots taken down the field. And that was almost a desperation throw right there, just kind of hoping something good can happen, a completion, a pass interference. But this was anticipated well, and they came up with the INT.
And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now Fields. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback? So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. Handoff running left is Etienne. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Travis Etienne, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complementary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 68 yards. And the Texans are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to 28-10. Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Fields on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
In motion comes the tight end left. On 2nd and 10, Fields. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Now 3rd down and very long.
Right there, 54, right there, 54, Mike. Tight dog. Trim Slam.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
Check, 59. Watch the run. Mike spot 9. Hey, Monday. We got to step it up. 59's mark. Check.
Now it's Fields. That is caught. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the running lane you want. And other times, the defensive front, they just break up the play before it can get going.
Here's Fields. That one taken in by Neighbors. Touchdown, Titans. Malik Neighbors with his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and they open the lead up now to 25. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He's going to air one out. And that's caught inside the 35. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down.
And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And a big turnover there as his guy will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now a first carry here for their running back. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Mayfield looks to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The Texans on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Desperation time. Mayfield on 4th down. Eluding the pressure right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Texans' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, and I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, it actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Now Fields going to move them around. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Fields. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
When you have someone throwing it that well, that confidently, you don't have to call the game in fear at all, do you? You just go ahead and play.
Yep, confidence with a lead to throw it here in the 4th, and boom, he's on the money.
Yeah, you don't have to tuck your head in and go like turtle at this point. You can just go ahead and play.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football.
Mike is 59. 25. No muss, no muss.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 43 yards.
And the Titans are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Mayfield.
That's going to be caught by Bigsby.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Here's 3rd and 7.
Mayfield to throw it. Flushed out right. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30.
Just a gain of a couple there.
And it'll be 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Fields. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10.
Well, things obviously not going their way. Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that penalty going to go ahead and give the other side some extra yardage.
We all know it's an intense game and things can get heated out there. That's part of the battle. But bottom line, you got to keep your cool. That was not an example of doing that.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal.
Running out of the gun with Etienne.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
Well, Brandon, we always know that once you score 1 touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got 1, but was denied as he tried to get the 2nd one.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
They push forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1.
Right there, 54, right there.
Fields tapping it forward, jet sweep.
And he is not going to be able to get away as they swarm him for a loss shy of the goal line. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow, talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And
oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed.
And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This one caught by Ridley. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Back to throw. Fields.
They'll get this out to the flat for Etienne.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. That's a gain of 11. Would have been a 1st down if not for that penalty moments ago. He's having a big game through the air, and sometimes those smart decisions just dump it off. That's how you continue to have big games through the air.
I agree totally. That's a great analogy, a great way to put it, because he doesn't get too greedy where everything has to be pushed downfield, trying to create big plays that aren't there. You dump it off and take that nice gain, and things add up, and now you have the kind of game he's having.
And, oh, that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down. Fields.
Flush to his right.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th.
Easy.
Going for it, here's Etienne.
And he'll be stopped up at the line of scrimmage with a flag down. Let's check on the call.
Trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
319, just what? Man. Tight to the right. Move. Alert. 3 down. Check 4. Hey, going out right here. Nice.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.